So, what is your thoughts on Labor scrapping its plans to dump negative gearing?
Well, it certainly provides a lot more certainty for property investors and for renters. It relieves some of the pressure that we're now seeing on rental stock, and it allow people to contemplate taking on that additional investment proposal of buying a unit or a house and making it available to the rental market. And certainly the rental market needs more properties out there because there is a lot of squeeze on rental prices happening around the cities and particularly in regional areas of Australia.
So by Labor making this move, does it actually change anything as to what it is right now?
No. They've committed to leaving negative gearing capital gains tax arrangements alone for the moment.
So how will that, if at all, change the mindset of an investor?
Well, as you face an election with one party policy position leaving the tax arrangements alone and another party saying that they're going to change them and make them more stringent and take away those tax concessions, the investors are out there wondering whether or not that's going to make an impact over the years ahead. So, yeah, there's certainly that uncertainty that exists if one of the parties, particularly the opposition, goes in the election vying to make changes to those arrangements.
Yep, fair enough. But how's this going to help housing affordability? I guess it won't.
Well, the upside, I guess, Peter, is that this allows the opposition to focus their policy attention and their policy development work into the supply of housing, the supply of land, housing affordability, and the supply of social housing and community housing and the maintenance of the existing stock of social and community housing. There's a lot of policy development work that needs to be done in this space. It also means that it frees them up to spend more time on policy development across broad acre tax reform, and that's really important across Australia.
But in the meantime, I mean, in those areas where demand is so tight at the moment and so hard for young homeowners to get in the game, that's only going to continue, isn't it? Particularly in areas that are close to the CBD, right across the country, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we need more housing supply. We need a greater supply of stock, whether or not it's owner-occupied or rental stock. Australia's facing a deficiency in that, and it has for a long, long time. And it needs a lot of policy development work in planning reforms and tax reforms to enable the supply to increase quite significantly over the next 5 years.
Okay. Graham, have you got any data on the current New South Wales shutdown and how that's affecting the industry?
Peter, my phone starts ringing before 7 o'clock in the morning. So the evidence from the ground is that builders and trade contractors and manufacturers and suppliers out there are just doing it very tough, and they're letting staff go, hundreds and thousands. So it's tough out there. Certainly, the government's aware of this. They are entering into conversations about easing the construction industry back as soon as possible. We look forward to those discussions continuing over the next 2 days, and looking forward to the response on the 31st or the 30th of July, Peter.
Do you have any doubts that the current pause will end on Friday?
I'm always optimistic that the numbers will ease back a little bit, that we can find a roadmap that allows construction, manufacturing to continue throughout the recovery area as we transition out of this. So yeah, I'm confident that we can find that way through, so that the industry can start working again, albeit in a transitional phase coming from next weekend.
Okay, Graham, thanks for your time. Talk to you soon.